Hello, everybody, and I want to welcome you back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in today. On today, I would like to discuss briefly how our sleep patterns tend to change as we age. I know that personally speaking, mine has changed. Um, I think about how I used to sleep when I was a child growing up, and teenager and all that. And it seemed like I could sleep all night long. And I'm sure many of you did too. But now that I'm an adult, and now since I'm, I guess, considered middle aged, I don't necessarily sleep like that anymore. Don't sleep as long as I used to, but I still sleep good. I mean, I sleep very good. And when I wake up the next morning, I feel rested. But I just don't sleep as long throughout the night as I once did. And I know many older people who don't sleep like that anymore. They may go to bed say around 10 or 11 o'clock at night, and say around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, they're wide awake, you know? And I think a lot of it has to do with, as we age and as our bodies tend to change, I guess the certain amount of sleep that we once needed, maybe we don't need that anymore. I don't know. On the other hand, you have people, for example, those who have retired from their jobs after so many years of working, and all throughout their working life, they had to get up at a certain time every morning to get ready for work. And so they set the alarm clock, and they knew what time they had to get up because they knew by how long it took them to get ready, and how much time they needed, between first getting up and getting to work. And so now that they're retired, they're no longer on a schedule, meaning that they don't have to go to bed at a certain time, they don't have to get up at a certain time. Basically, now they can do what they want to do. They got their own free time. And yet, they still find themselves getting up at that certain time every morning. They just naturally wake up, and they don't even have to set the alarm clock. Most of them don't since they're retired, but their bodies automatically wake up at that certain time because they've been so used to it, after working on a job for 30, 35, or 40 years. I mean, you're so adjusted to being on a restricted time frame, on a schedule, to once you put that behind you, it's like you kind of lost. You don't know what to do, but you don't want to go into complete isolation. You still want to be active in some capacity beyond your working life. So, but now I'm a long ways from being retired. However, what I've noticed is even on my off days, like on the weekends, for example, I find myself waking up at a certain time every morning, like on Saturday morning or maybe Sunday morning. I find myself getting up. Well, I don't get up per se, but I wake up. My body just automatically wakes up, because I'm so used to getting up at that same time Monday through Friday. And I think that's the way it is for most people, who go to work every day. They have their clocks set for those who use alarm clocks to wake up, and there are some who don't. But whatever the case is, they're used to getting up at a certain time. Therefore, they wake up at that time every morning. And whether they go right on and get up out of bed or not, that's on them. But that's just the way it is. And so that's what I've been thinking about this weekend with daylight saving time beginning, you know. And, you know, when you lose that hour, oh boy, it just, you know, it takes a couple of days to get adjusted. But once you get adjusted to it, you're all right. And, you know, we have more daylight hours to do what we need to do and stuff like that. But, but you know, sometimes it's just the idea, you know, it rushes you, you know, because usually I kind of sit up late on Saturday nights, you know, watch TV and what have you. And I called myself trying to watch Saturday Night Live last night, and they wasn't really doing too much, and so wasn't nothing else on TV to look at. I soon got bored, and next thing I found myself getting sleepy, so I got ready to go to bed by 11 o'clock, you know. But I said, well, it's all good because I really need the rest anyway. So I guess that's about all I want to say about that. And so what I want you to do is let me know, what are your thoughts on how sleep patterns change as you get older? You know, now I'm sure that there are some of you who may be about my age or younger or older, but you notice that you don't necessarily sleep the same way you once did, particularly when you were a child, because, you know, children, they need a lot of sleep. But when you become an adult, then, you know, it's like your sleep pattern changes. And once you start getting to a certain age, like, you know, in your 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond, then your sleep pattern definitely changes. And so let me know what you think in the comment section, okay? And I'm gonna forward this to a few people, and I just want to hear your thoughts on this matter. You know, do you still get a good night's sleep despite you know, the fewer hours that you may be getting? And when you wake up the next morning, do you feel rested? I hope you do. And I hope everybody will have a good night's rest on tonight. Don't let this hour that we lost, you know, get on your nerves. It's going to be all right. Because look, in a few months, we'll be falling back. In around by November, we'll go back, and then we'll gain that hour back. And I always look forward to that. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it off, and you just tell me what you think. And I look forward to hearing from you very soon. Okay, I thank you once again for joining me. And of course, if you like my discussions, feel free to like the video, comment, and subscribe, and tell a friend about me. And I look forward to coming back to you again with something else. We know we got spring break coming up too, so stick around for that. All right? And I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.